When they hurt her friend during training, they thought it was just a minor incident, a standard exercise, gone wrong. But they didn't realize that the quiet girl standing in the corner came from a death world, and on her planet, you never, ever hurt a pack member. The training facility on Galactic Station 7 was designed to test the elite. Heavy gravity chambers, unpredictable combat simulations, and extreme environments. The instructors were members of the VA Kesh, a proud, predatory alien race who believed that pain was the only true teacher. To them, humans were soft, weak, lacking natural armor or venomous fangs. Leo, a young human recruit, had stumbled during a live-fire simulation. It was an accident, a mechanical failure in his gear. But Commander Varric, a towering VA-Kesh instructor, didn't care. Instead of pausing the simulation, Varric ordered the combat drones to advance. He wanted to teach the recruits a lesson about weakness. Leo took 3 direct hits from a plasma pulse rifle before the simulation finally ended. He collapsed onto the metallic floor, his armor smoking, groaning in agony. The other alien recruits just watched, whispering, stepping back. To them, the weak were meant to be discarded. But then, the room went completely silent. Mina, a human girl from a high-gravity, toxic atmosphere death world, stepped forward. She didn't look at the instructors. She walked straight to Leo, knelt down, and checked his pulse. Her face was blank, completely devoid of emotion, but her breathing was deep and steady. Commander Varric laughed, a low, clicking sound from his throat. Dragged the weakling to the medical bay, human. He has failed today's lesson. Mina didn't say a word. She helped Leo up, slung his arm over her shoulder, and walked out. The VA Kesh thought that was the end of it. They thought the humans had accepted their place at the bottom of the food chain. They were wrong. Dead wrong. Midnight on the station was supposed to be a time of rest. The lights in the training sector were dimmed, and the security grids were active. Commander Varric was in his private office, reviewing the day's combat data, when the light suddenly flickered and died. Emergency red backup lights kicked in, casting long, eerie shadows across the metallic walls. Then, the heavy blast doors to Varric's office began to groan. The thick titanium alloy was bending. A terrifying screech of tearing metal echoed through the corridor. With one final, violent crash, the door was ripped completely off its hinges and thrown into the room. Standing in the dust was Mina. She wasn't wearing training gear. She was wearing heavy, weighted boots, and her fists were wrapped in simple cloth. Her eyes, reflecting the dim red emergency lights, looked like those of a predator hunting in the dark. Varric stood up, his forearm flexing, his mandibles clicking in anger. What is the meaning of this? Recruit? This is a violation of galactic law. I will have you. Before he could finish, Mina moved. To the VA Kesh, humans looked slow in normal gravity. But Mina had trained on a world where the gravity was 3 times higher than this station. To her, moving through this facility felt like moving through water. She crossed the room in a fraction of a second. Varric swung his upper right fist, a blow that could shatter an alien skull. Mina didn't even flinch. She slipped under the punch, grabbed his massive arm, and twisted. A loud, sickening crack filled the room. Varric roared in pain, but Mina wasn't done. She used his own momentum to slam his giant body against the reinforced steel wall. The impact was so hard, it left a dent. 2 more VA Kesh guards, alerted by the noise, rushed into the room with electric pikes. Mina turned her head, smiled a cold, terrifying smile, and leaped. What followed was not a fight. It was a demonstration of why the galaxy fears Deathworlders. She moved with terrifying efficiency. Every strike was precise. Every kick carried the force of a hydraulic press. She broke their weapons with her bare hands and used their own armor against them. Within 90 seconds, all 3 elite Viekesh instructors were lying on the floor, groaning, unable to move. Mina walked back to Varric, who was clutching his broken arm, trembling on the ground. For the first time in his life, the proud predator felt true terror. He looked up at the human girl, realizing that everything the galaxy believed about humans was a lie. They weren't soft. They were just polite. And when the politeness stopped, the nightmare began. Mina leaned down, grabbed Varric by his collar, and pulled him close. In the human military, she whispered, her voice incredibly calm, yet freezing cold. We have a rule. We don't leave anyone behind, and we don't let anyone hurt our friends. She didn't kill them. Death would have been too easy. Instead, she reached down and ripped the command badges and the communication insignias straight off Varric's chest armor. In the Viekesh culture, losing your command badge to an enemy was the ultimate disgrace. It meant you were conquered. The next morning, the entire training facility was in a state of shock. Commander Varric and his elite guards were found tied up in the center of the training arena, and pinned above them on the main viewing screen were their broken command badges, smeared with their own blue alien blood. Next to the badges, a simple note was written in human script. The next lesson will be live fire. From that day on, no one ever skipped a human's training session. No one ever whispered about their lack of armor, because the entire station now knew behind that quiet, polite human exterior lies a beast from a world that breeds monsters. If you enjoyed the absolute power of humanity in this story, make sure to like the video, and for more sci-fi stories like this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Until next time, goodbye.